What's going on, guys? Pete over here with the Face Off Sports Network. I am back, and I got a 12-man PPR draft live, real owners here, $250 buy-in. This is a home league for me. So it'll be a little bit interesting. Home leagues, you never know which way they're going to go. This draft kicks off at 8:30 Eastern time. It's just here, myself tonight. But I'm here. I'm able to answer any questions that you guys might have about your leagues as well. I know this is a busy weekend, right? Labor Day weekend. A lot of people have drafts going on. And so if you have any questions, fire them in the chat. We'll get things going. We got college football going on right now. I have Appalachian State and Charlotte on the right here. I got the Wake Forest and Kennesaw State game. And then I have the Colorado and Georgia Tech game as well. So I'll be rolling with that while I'm here with you guys. And again, answering all your questions. I'm going to actually have my rankings up during this show. I'm going to show you kind of how I navigate my home leagues, because I always say, right, you have to be fluid in these kinds of leagues. You never know what's going to happen. And so, that's exactly what we're going to do, is be fluid, play the board, and see what happens. So this is supposed to kick off in just a minute here. Once it does, I'll go ahead and share my screen. Again, if you guys end up coming in here, you have any questions, feel free to shoot them in here and let me know. I know more and more people will start to kind of roll in here as the show gets kicked off. And so we have the board up. We have our first pick. I'm going to show it to you this way. I think that's probably the nicest, cleanest way. I'm picking out of the 111 spot. This is a 12-man league. So far, nothing major surprising here. You get Chase, you get Bijan, you get Gibbs, you get Barkley. So nothing out of the ordinary. While we're here, I'm going to check the league settings, because there were some votes on some of these league settings, and I don't know if any weird ones got approved. The good thing is I'm at the 111 spot, so I'm not stressed while I pull this up and take a look. And then ultimately it's a 1:30 clock. So we got passing touchdowns is 5. So that's good. That means I'm definitely not going to reach on a quarterback early in this, because that kind of evens out the playing field. Interceptions are -2. It's pretty standard. Rushing touchdowns is 6 points. Rushing yards is 1 point per 10. You get the bonus. We have a bonus in this one: 40-yard touchdowns, 50-yard touchdowns. You get a point for each of those. Same with PPR, right? So everything's all straight and narrow there. There's no points for first downs. I was a little concerned that might be a possibility in this. And then there's just your regular standard bonuses in this one. 100-yard game, you get 2. 200-yard game, you get 2. You get 3 extra points. I do like those bonuses in my drafts. But so far in this one, as I said, nothing out of the ordinary. You get Chase, you get Bijan, you get Gibbs, you get Barkley, you get CeeDee Lamb, you get Jefferson, and you get St. Brown there. St. Brown a little bit high for me. I know people are in on him, and I don't know that I would take him over, Christian McCaffrey and some of the running backs that are on the board. Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors. I wouldn't take St. Brown over those guys. But I'm up in 2 picks here. I'm going to pull up my rankings as my pick gets on the board here, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm looking at specifically. Albert's in the house, said, "What's up, Pete?" What's up, Albert? How you doing, man? If you got any questions, feel free to shoot them in here. But again, guys, this is a real draft. This is a $250 buy-in. One of my home leagues with some guys that are pretty decently sharp, but you never know in these leagues, right? I mean, weird things happen in home leagues. A lot of the unexpected happens. Guys are not that they're not as sharp, but guys are more liable to make out of the ordinary picks. I guess that's the best way to put it. And I don't even know if I'm going to need to show my rankings for the first pick, but I will anyway. Just because I'm probably going to have a pretty good feel for who I'm taking here. With CMC off the board, I'm looking at, guys like Henry. I'm looking at, let me pull up my board here. Yeah, I'm looking at Henry here at the running back position, and then I'm probably not touching any of the other running backs this high, maybe back on the turn to me, but I'm looking at Malik Neighbors, I'm looking at Nico, I'm looking at Drake London. If I could get Malik, Nico, or Drake London, if I can get 2 of those 3 guys here, I'd feel pretty good. We get an auto pick here. which is pretty surprising. The light was on. I think he just timed out. So got to pick quicker with an hour with a minute and 30 clock there. But it'll come back around to me in just a second. Um, but Puka Nakua there at the 109. I have a little bit of concern about Puka this year. I think there's not that it's necessarily like regression, but Devontae Adams in town. I expect him to draw some big time target shares, a lot of the touchdowns there. Maybe that's more of a concern for Kyron. But I like how this is falling to me so far. Um, yeah, I mean, it's between Malik and Nico. I think I can get Malik on the way back here. I think this guy probably takes Genty. So I'm going to take a chance and hope that I get Nico on the way back. I'm going to take Malik Neighbors. I don't have him in any of my leagues yet so far, so I'd like to get a share. But I do have Nico ahead of Malik, but it's a toss-up for me. They're back-to-back in terms of my rankings, but playing the board here, I just think there's a good shot that I can, that I can get Nico on the way back. I think it's a possibility. This guy might go Genty Nico, which wouldn't be all that surprising either. So let's see how this comes back around to me. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really love a minute 30 clock. I know that they said they're gonna shift it to a minute after the first few rounds. I would actually think it's opposite. First round should be quicker. Later rounds maybe more time to think because it's a little bit harder as you get into the weeds there. But this guy's up for 2. His light was on, now it's off. So getting a little scared here. All right, so let's see what happens here. I can't imagine we get another auto pick here. Again, this is a $250 league. But it's getting tight. It is getting tight. And there we go. So I'm probably not getting. I don't know if I'm gonna get Nico here. Did he picked? I didn't even see his light go on. He must have picked because it didn't switch to auto pick. It's weird. Oh wait, maybe it did. I don't know. All right. Well, as I said, guys, if you have questions, feel free to throw them in the chat here. I am here. Answer anything that you have. If you have a draft coming up this weekend, feel free to let me know anything that you might have, any questions or concerns. Let's switch up this back. I don't really love that off the back of that. So let's flip that around. All right. Let's see. There you go. Hopefully that music's not too loud. We got 30 seconds here. I wish I could play real music, but YouTube just demonetizes you if you have actual music on. All right, what do we got here? If you guys are here, feel free to give me a thumbs up, like the show. Appreciate you guys being here. All right. Well, I don't think I'm going to get Nico here, so I got to prepare for that. I'd be happy to get Drake London, maybe even take a chance on BTJ. Okay. Well, Nico gets to me here. Man, I got to stay with my convictions, man. Taking Nico. Taking Nico. Nico and Malik Neighbors to start. What a combination, man. Jesus. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right. Roberto, what's up, man? How's it going? Let's see. Roberto said, "What's up? Are you trading Brees and Pickens for Jonathan Taylor and Charbonnet? I have Kenneth Walker, CeeDee Lamb, Drake London, so Pickens is my wide receiver 3." Um, nah, I don't have Brees and Taylor that far off from each other. I mean, I understand you want the handcuff and Charbonnet. Um, so I'd be curious to know who else you have at running back outside of Brees. So it sounds like you have Brees and Walker. Who are your other running backs? I do want if I have Walker, I do want Charbonnet. That's for sure. Because I do worry about the injuries with him. But I'd be curious to know because I don't have I don't have Taylor and Brees that far off from each other. Let's see, where do I have Brees? I have Brees as my RB 15. I have Jonathan Taylor as my RB 13. So you're getting a little bit of a bump up, but you're giving up Pickens for Sharps, and I love Sharps, but you're giving up Pickens, even if he's your wide receiver 3. I don't know. I don't think that's I don't think I'm doing that. Um, I just don't think you're getting enough back. Yeah, and that's a guy who loves Charbonnet, and if you feel hey, look, it depends on your league. I mean, if you feel like, hey, you really confidently, you're concerned, but I don't know how concerned you are. You took Walker, so I don't know if you're that concerned about him. I'd be curious to know who your backups are. So tell me where your backups are. But Pickens is your wide receiver 3. I know it feels like it's expendable there, but you're also limiting your upside because you're not going to start Walker and Charbonnet at the same time. Um, so it depends. Just tell me a little bit more about that team, and then I'll gladly answer the rest there. But yeah, appreciate you guys jumping in. I know it's a Friday night. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to let me know. I'm drafting out of the 11 hole here. This is a home league, $250 buy-in. Like we had 2 auto picks already, which is crazy. I hate having auto picks next to me. Um, because if it's typically sleeper, if a guy gets auto picked on sleeper, typically it's going to be like the top guy on the board. And so if a guy slips and falls around, like I'm not going to get that. Like they're not going to come to me because these two guys I'm sandwiched in between the two guys that are on the auto pick right now, which is actually fucking crazy. Um, Absolutely fucking crazy. Mr. Grapefruit, I see your question here. Um, Mr. Oh shit, sorry. Mr. Grapefruit said, "Are you buying Devon Vele Dynasty for peanuts?" It depends what peanuts are. I like Devon Vele in on the Broncos. I don't like Devon Vele that much on the Saints. Older prospect, at least in Denver, for me, it was like, okay, they have an ascending quarterback, good offense, and ultimately, ascending quarterback, good offense, and Sending quarterback, good offense. Sending quarterback, good offense, and they didn't have like a ton there outside of Sutton. They have Pat Bryant, they have Franklin who have stepped up, which is why they moved him. But I think they had a chance I think they had a chance. He had a chance to make an impact there if he wasn't traded. I just don't know that I would care for him. I mean, he's an older prospect, right? Like, how many years are you getting out of him? He's not an elite player, so I just don't think so. Um, Baffled the Saints traded what they did for. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, you're talking about they gave up pretty much. I think what did George Pickens get traded for? I think George Pickens was George Pickens a third and a fifth, right? And then the Steelers got so the George Pickens were the third and the fifth, and then they got a 2027 sixth back. Broncos got a fourth and a sixth, seventh, I think. Von Vele trade. Let's see. Devon Vele trade. What was it? I know it was a fourth. I just can't remember if they got like a sixth kicked in or something like that. What was it? Yeah, it was a seventh. I mean, it was a pretty ridiculous trade. I don't really know how Denver pulled that off. That was just insane. Um, All right. Roberto came back to my RBs are Walker, Brees, RJ, Harvey, and ETN. Also have Josh Allen and Roma Dunze. Not really confident in Brees, really. So just yeah, I mean that's fine. You have Harvey. If you're not confident in Brees and you prefer Taylor and you think that's an upgrade, then yeah, I'm fine doing it. You get the handcuff for Charbonnet. I'd be curious to know, how many bench spots you have because Charbonnet could be a roster clog if Walker, you're waiting on Walker to maybe miss time. I do think personally Charbonnet has standalone value, but you're not starting Charbonnet and Walker same time. You could start Charbonnet in the flex likely, in my opinion, this year, even without an injury to Walker. But if you have both guys, you're not starting both same time, so it's tough. But I would do the trade. I'm fine with it, based on your roster, and if you feel like you're getting a guy that you really like in Taylor. Jason said, if you're picking two and Chase went one, do you still Burrow coming back? I'm not going Burrow in the first 3 rounds. Um, I I'm just not. I can't. I'm not taking Burrow round 3. I'm not taking him round 2. I'd be comfortable taking Burrow round 4, 5 maybe. But I wouldn't reach for him to get the stack there. I don't think stacks matter as much in redraft than they do in tournament based, like in best ball and stuff. So I would not force to go get Burrow there. I would definitely not be doing that. Uh, no, don't do that. If you guys are here though, like the show, give me a thumbs up, Mr. Grapefruit. It's good to see you, man. It's been a little bit. I know you were a big on coming to our shows last year. Haven't seen you in a little bit. I think you were at one of our more recent shows though. So it's good to see you, man. Hopefully you start coming back around a little bit more often. Appreciate you. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to keep shooting them in here. It could be dynasty, it could be anything. It doesn't even have to be fantasy football. It could be regular football. It could be anything else. Um, but defensive streamers video that dropped 2 days ago. No, yesterday morning. Wow, did it drop yesterday morning? Shoot. Yeah. Yeah, defensive streamers dropped yesterday morning with my rankings. Combining those videos together. So if you are big on watching those videos, I know it was a very, very popular. So if you are big on that, that's going to be coming out together. And the first week one is already out. Sorry, I'm stumbling here because I'm trying to think. Uh, yeah, I mean, quarterbacks have gone so far. Let's see what the running backs look like here. I mean, I got to go running back. Um, Henderson's not probably not coming back to me if I don't take him here. Um, I feel pretty good about the running backs in this spot. So we'll see what happens to me. Uh, I mean, shoot, I don't even mind grabbing Kittle, to be completely honest. Um, but if I grab Kittle, I worry about my no, well, Kittle's gone, so I'm not getting Kittle. Kittle just went. I just worry about going quarterback, especially on the turn here, quarterback tight end. It's such a long way till my pick comes, and then I'm kinda short on a skill position player like wide receiver or running back, so I don't love that. Alright, let's see what we got here. So, just gonna peek at wide receiver. I'm not I shouldn't get greedy here and take wide receiver. So it's a 2 flex, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers. Um, man, T. Higgins still there. It's tempting. And then this guy's on auto pick here, so at the end, so I can kind of I can kind of play this well because I know it's gonna pick the top 2 players. So, like, for example, like, if I really wanted James Cook, but I thought he could last to me, I'd have to uh, hmm, All right, so here are my rankings. I have nobody left in tier 2 on the board at running back. Yeah, I mean, Kamara, Hampton. I do wanna bump Hampton back. Oh, we're gonna bump him back behind Taylor and Kamara. Um, yeah, I hadn't had a chance to do that. Alright, well, Kamara's off the board. Um, alright, so we gotta go running back here. Taylor, Hampton. Alright, I'm gonna go Hampton. Fuck, man. I kinda want Henderson, but I don't want Hampton and Henderson at the same time. So, and let me see. So it's gonna auto pick him Higgins and Cook. So let me go. All right, fuck it. Let me go Hampton. And I don't know. I just Henderson's not gonna come back to me. Um, fuck. I just don't. I don't love going two rookies here, man. Fuck, man. All right, so I have Hampton. I have Neighbors. I have Nico. Fuck. Brees Hall is just staring me down, man. I want Henderson so bad, but I'm gonna go Brees. Gonna go Brees. Gonna go Brees. I've liked Brees. I liked his price tag all year. I'm getting a discount here, right? I mean, ADP is like what I think 30, 35, something like that. Um, yeah, I'll take Brees. 3 times 12. I got him at pick 38. So not like a crazy discount, but cool, man. But all right, guys. Well, yeah, if you guys are here, feel free to like the show. Give me a thumbs up. Give me any questions that you might have. Feel free to shoot them in the chat. But yeah, I mean, so far I really like this team. Nico, Neighbors, Brees, and Hampton is like a fucking dream start for me. I really would have liked to get Trevion Henderson. You never know in home leagues. Henderson might come back to me. I don't think he's going to, but there's a world. If he comes back to me, I would be fucking ecstatic, man. I'd be super, super jacked up if he comes back to me. Oh, Auburn, Baylor. Oh shit. Okay. 7-3 Auburn Baylor game. I gotta get that game on. I know I said it, guys. Feel free to send any questions you have. If you have any drafts coming up, if you have any questions on my rankings, my thought process, shoot it in here. Be happy to answer. Throw on this Auburn Baylor game. I'll throw my glasses on. Fuck it. I know I look like a nerd, but it's whatever. I don't wear the glasses all the time, but it's late night, getting old. Gotta see a little bit better. Cortland Sutton goes. I've gotten higher on Sutton. Definitely grown to like his cost a lot more. Don't love Terry McLaurin in the 3rd round, man. I fucking hate that. I don't I just not good. Alright, throw the old glasses on here. What we got here? Let's board up. So looking at some of these teams, that the guy that got auto drafted is getting autoed in the back half here. Genty, BTJ, James Cook, Mike Evans. I have concerns about regression for Evans and Cook a little bit. Um, it's not a terrible team. 110. I don't love this team. I mean, Terry is your wide receiver one. You go quarterback here. I would love to go another wide receiver. I feel like it's a reach on Terry there. I love the running backs though. He's gonna have to do. He's got some work to do there. James Conner goes pretty dang early. Trevon Henderson's still on the board. Kenneth Walker still on the board. I might get lucky here. Um, and if not, I'm totally okay with getting a guy like Harvey or Pollard later. As my RB3. Wide receivers look decent. I mean, I don't really need to reach for one. I am falling in love with TJ Hawkinson the more and more we get closer to week one. Um, I don't generally draft tight ends high though. Henderson goes. I should expect. Team one's team looks pretty damn good. Chase, Bucky, JSN, James Conner, Trevon Henderson. Uh, Henderson as your RB3. The wide receivers are fucking nasty. Bucky as your running back one is totally fine. Stable running back Connor if he's healthy. It's a fucking nasty team so far. That's a really really good squad. Um, let's take a look at some of these other teams. I don't like Meat Rockets team to be completely honest with you. I don't like going Hill there. Obviously Jefferson is great. I like getting Jacobs, but I'm not a fan of getting Tyreek and then DK. Um, we'll see how his running back room shakes out, but I would have rather go running back here and taken a different wide receiver in Hill. Um, I would have taken Higgins over Hill. I would have taken Garrett Wilson over Hill. You even sway me to take Sutton over Hill at this point. I mean, I told you I'm moving Sutton up my rankings. Um, I just don't I just don't love the vibes in Miami. Tyreek is my wide receiver 18. Sutton's my wide receiver 20. But I am, as we speak, I am moving him ahead of DJ Moore. And fuck it. I'm gonna move Sutton up. I'm gonna move Sutton up ahead of Tet. Move Tet back to 18. Had Tet up pretty high, but I'm starting to like Sutton more and more, especially with the preseason how we saw things. I'll still have Tyreek over DJ Moore, but every time you draft Tyreek, it's just like a scary click. People sit here and tell me that it's like such an easy click for Tyreek, and I'm just not there, man. I'm just not there. Um, see, can I minimize the board just a little bit? See if I back this up. I don't know if that's better, if that's worse. If you guys are here, if anybody's even here right now, let me know if you can see that well. I just backed up the board, but Tet goes there at the 503. I would have liked to have him come back to me. Wide receivers, you get Rice is still out there. We get the suspension news. This is a build and a team that I could take Rashi Rice and be comfortable with, especially here at the turn where I'm going to be. I get Rice. It's practice. Like I'm okay getting Rice after the fifth, and I'm getting him at the end of the fifth or the sixth. So if I take Rice with Malik with Nico, I don't need not that I don't need Rice, but I'm okay when if he's not inside the top 5 rounds. But I don't know, man. I haven't clicked on him much. I don't think that I will, to be honest. We'll see. See how the vibes are. I'm drinking a couple beers, some IPAs. Again, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Mr. Grapefruit, Jason, Roberto, Scott just got here, but everything looks good to me. Appreciate it. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, what do you got? You got any plans this weekend, Scott? Talk to me, man. What are we doing for the holiday? Let me know. Yeah, I mean Pacheco goes off the board. Xavier Worthy there at 5'4". I bumped up Worthy in my rankings, but I don't know. I'm still not bumping him up as high as some other guys are. Just not there yet with him. Let's see. Back to Scott. This is a two. Zach Lynn's in the house too. What's up, man? How's it going? So this is a live home league for me. It's a 250 buy-in. Um, Crazy enough, I'm sandwiched in between two guys that are auto drafting right now. Albert said, "You like Brees over Trevion?" I do. I think a lot of times builds are so dependent. These things become so dependent on your builds, right? Like, if you're telling me if I have an anchor RB like a Derrick Henry, CMC, Barkley, any of those top guys, like I'd prefer Trevion over Brees because the ceiling to me is higher with Trevion, because I think that is going to be better than the Jets will be, and he's just a more explosive player, um, and I think the game script should be better for them. With Brees, if I have a team like this where it's Hampton and I don't have an anchor RB, I'm cool with getting Brees behind Hampton because I don't have an anchor. So that's kind of how I look at it. It becomes a little it becomes team dependent at the end of the day. Scott said family is down from Ohio for the NASCAR race Sunday. Tomorrow is LSU versus Clemson at my home draft. I draft tomorrow night. Nice. Where are you? Is it a Serpentine? Is it an auction? It's a Serp. Where are you drafting? That Texas game tomorrow should be really really sick. Cody, who's one of our guys here, is actually going to that game. All right, I gotta fucking lock in here. My wide receivers are nasty. Um, this guy's on auto pick, so I get the benefit of knowing what's going to come back to me here. He's going to take these two. So um, I talked about the other before, but like I'm starting to kind of buy into Flowers a little bit. I gotta nibble on it. I'm going to take Harvey though. Um, in this situation, I like Harvey just because I don't need him to be great off the bat. So similar to the Trevion Henderson question, Albert. But wide receiver here, man, like, I don't know, we talked about Zay Flowers the other day, and I'm starting to kinda buy in. I also really like George Pickens. I really like Calvin Ridley. I also like TJ Hawkinson a lot. I feel like this wide receivers are gonna dry up, though, if I don't take one now. But I don't need one, and I could take Hawkinson. Yeah, I haven't taken a big time tight end, and I don't need to get greedy and double up on wide receiver. I have studs. Could I take another running back? Nah. Let's go with Hawkins. Go with Hawk. Fuck yeah. I like this team, man. Like this team. So I have Hampton and Brees, Malik and Nico. I get Hawkinson, I get Harvey. My first Harvey share, it's my first Hawkinson share, it's my first Malik Neighbor share, and my first Brees share. I have Hampton, I have Nico. I don't have Malik. I don't have Brees. I don't have Harvey. I don't have Hawkinson. I don't have any of those guys so far. My other leagues have been auctions, and so it's a little bit it's different when you're in auctions compared to serves. Scott, ESPN 12 team PPR snake, dude. ESPN's ADPs are wild, man. Wild. You can get some really nice values, Scott. I would encourage you to even go to Fantasy Pros and just look at the ADPs. If you type in Fantasy Pros ADP, you just look at sleeper ADP compared to ESPN, like, just you can see there's a lot of really good players that um, are just getting drafted, like, much, much later, than they should be on ESPN, and so you can play the board really well because the thing is, I mean, a lot of times people don't scroll down. They don't scroll down too much, especially in home leagues, right? So, like, what they see up here is due to ADP, and so they might miss guys that are, like, down here, like a Zach Charbonnet, for example, right? Like that's a guy that like I'm gonna be targeting, in the next couple of rounds. I don't even mind drafting Charbonnet around early if I have to. Now I'm on the turn, so it's doubling up, and I probably won't get him, so I'll have to quote unquote reach depending on what happens. But that's kind of how I look at it. Mark, what's up, man? Mark said so this. Oh, okay. This is a different question. My best running backs in a 12-team PPR two flex league are Hampton, Harvey, Caleb Johnson, and Bill. Is it a problem that they are all rookies? Uh, it is a little concerning. Hampton, I expect to be fine early on. He's going to get a good workload early. Um, Harvey is going to get a good workload in the pass game, but I expect Dobbins to um, get more of the work, especially with the carries. I expect him to get more of those early on, maybe the first couple weeks. But Harvey's going to be phenomenal back half of the year. Caleb Johnson and Bill. I haven't been drafting much Caleb Johnson. I'm fine with Bill, but my whole thing with Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt is, you know, and I have shares of him. I've drafted him twice now in 14-man leagues. But my problem with him is that, you know, he he's playing on a team with a running quarterback who, ran the ball over 160 times last year. And so he's not the receiving back in this offense. Um, you have Austin Eckler, who's going to be the receiving back. So he's not a cat going to be catching many passes, and he's going to be an early down back, right? So how much upside does he have? In a deeper league, I'm fine because I think he's going to, he's going to give you, I think unless he gets pops off some big runs, he's going to be like he's going to be like an 8 to 12 point game kind of guy. Like that's going to be where he sits. So I do have a little bit of concern. A lot of rookies on that squad. If there's a way that maybe you can package up like Caleb Johnson or even Harvey with a receiver and tier up, I would look to do something like that maybe. Or fuck, I mean, maybe you take Hampton and a wide receiver and you tier up to an elite running back, right? And then you're okay. You have an anchor running back, then you have Harvey, Caleb, and Bill, and you just say, fuck it, let's just see how the chips fall. So that's how I would play that situation. But I would have some discomfort, because depending on the coaching staff, Caleb Johnson, right? Like Jalen Warren's going to be involved early in that offense. He's going to have a role. How long does it take for Caleb Johnson? It could be week one. I could be completely wrong. But I have some concerns. So yeah, I'd be looking to make a move there. I wouldn't love owning all those rookies at running back. So that's just me. But I appreciate the question, Mark. So I got this Auburn Baylor game on right now. Baylor's trying to answer. It's 14-3. Love that college football's back on, man. It feels so good. It's like fall weather out here, man. Football's back on. Um, the humidity's gone out here in Pennsylvania. It's crisp. Just it feels so good, man. It feels so good to be back. Football is back. Fall weather's back. I love it. Super, super excited for it, man. You guys doing anything cool, exciting for this holiday? Let me know. You guys have questions? Feel free to keep shooting them in. If you want to it doesn't even have to be a question. Just say what's up. If you're here, and it doesn't even have to be. It could be anything. It could be like, Pete, your fucking hat looks stupid, or you didn't know I wear glasses, which I do. Uh, Trying to watch this fucking game, and my TV is massive. I have like a 60-inch or 65, but my eyes are still shit. So yeah, I mean, but Brian said, "Can we do one more mock?" Yeah, we can. This isn't a mock, Brian. This is a real one. It's a 250 buy-in. I mean, maybe we could do a mock tomorrow. I don't know if it's due to you maybe having a draft coming up. I can talk to the guys on our team and see if anybody can run a mock draft tomorrow with real owners again, and we can get one of those going. But let me know if you have a live draft coming up. This is a real draft, real owners. It's a 250 buy-in. So crazy enough, we have the lights are on. The two guys that have been auto drafting, the lights just fucking went on. Both of them. So the last guy that's been behind me in the hole, his lights on, and he's now off auto draft. And then fast car rug, this fucking guy, his lights on, but he's still on auto. So I'm gonna send Chad in there. So Matthew Golden gets picked. I said it when I took Hawkinson. I thought that the receivers were gonna start drying up. Roma Dunze, is he still there? Fuck. Rome went, Golden went. I knew Ridley and Pickens and Flowers were gonna go. Of course, they go right behind me. Amika Egbuka, though, f crazy that he's down here at 94. And I like Olave. I don't even mind doubling up there. I don't even wanna speak, man. I don't even wanna speak because I just feel like I'm gonna get rugged here. But, uh, Scott said, What about you, Pete? What do you have going on for the holiday?" Um, Not much, man. I am me and my wife, the summer has been crazy. We went on the honeymoon to Cabo for a week. All the fantasy stuff. I'm just gonna enjoy it, man. I got some stuff to do around the house. The weather's nice. Probably go on a hike with my dog. Um, Nothing super exciting. I mean, I'm not even 30 yet, but my life sounds so boring when I say it like that. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just enjoy my peace, man, and so the extra day off of work is gonna be nice. Just chill, relax, drink some beers. Ordered a pizza today. Got a bunch of new IPAs, crushing those. Fuck! Oh no, Ibuka went, dude. That was my saving grace, man. I was like, if fucking Ibuka came back to me. Oh no. Alright, well, Pearsall is still there too, holy shit, okay. So, there's a good chance I'm gonna get Pearsall or Olave. I'm taking Pearsall over Olave, but give me Pearsall, man. Give me Pearsall. I know Brian said Addison. I don't mind taking Addison. I might even double up here and get greedy and take Addison on the way back, but I love Pearsall, man. Love Pearsall. Pearsall, and I'm gonna show you my rankings now, while we have a second. Pearsall, I have Ricky P right here at 25. That's how high on Ricky Pearsall I am. Olave may need to get bumped down a little bit. Um, I should probably bump him back. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy just doing this live here, but I've been thinking about Olave the last few days, and I think I have Olave here, and then I have Ibuka ahead of JMO, and then Ibuka ahead of Matthew Golden. So doing some adjustments to the rankings on the fly, but I was meaning to get to some of my rankings adjustments. It's just been a busy day, so I'm glad that I got to it now. So let me share back the draft board. Judkins goes. I have no fucking idea what's gonna happen with Judkins. I have Judkins on a roster with Dylan Sampson, and he's just clogging it, and I'm getting anxious, just like fuck. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to put him on IR. Like fuck, Zach Linton. Oh, fucking shit, man. Fuck. Pearsall goes. All right, well, let's see what running backs are left since it's been a heavy wide receiver run. Yeah, tight ends, Joku. I could get weird, man, and go like Tyler Warren. Sounds greedy, but I do need another wide receiver, though. Quarterbacks. All right, fuck it. Olave it is. Olave it is. Man, I got snaked, dude. I got snaked so fucking bad. Fucking Pearsall, dude. God damn it. Aguga and Pearsall go right here. All right. What did Declan say? I have like 4 drafts left, 2 Saturday, 1 Saturday, 1 Tuesday. Yeah, I have this one and I have one more and then I'm done. I have one more the day before shit starts on Thursday. All right, so we get Debo and Baker. Um, Nah, I don't feel like I need to reach on any of these running backs. Wide receivers, I could go Addison, but I don't want I have Hawkinson and Addison with the suspension. I don't know that I want to reach there. Fuck, man, I might go Tyler Warren. How are these running backs, though? Bill, I don't know. I just have to bank on maybe people aren't that high on Charbonnet if I take Warren here. Okay, this is a weird build, but I really, really like this team. Really, really like this team. So I mean, Warren's on the bench. I have Olave, Harvey in the flex, Hawkinson there. I like this team a lot. Shit, I fucking love this team. All right, let's read these comments. Zach said Ayuk and Robinson won't be in the picture for yeah. It sounds like Jennings. It's really contract situation here, but I don't think he's going to get what he wants. But I do think it's going to get settled before week one. But I think he could get off to a slow start. And even I don't fucking care about Jennings. Ricky Pearsall's to the fucking moon, dude. Like I love Ricky Pearsall. It's gonna be fucking stuff. Brian said, "Would you take Evans over those in a 14 teamer if you go wide receiver, running back, wide receiver?" Um, so I guess rephrase the question here. So, are you referring to my start that I have here where I didn't take Evans here? Like, are you referring to like with my start, would I take Evans? Just rephrase that here for me. Just curious. Brian Robinson, no, and Charbonnet. Charbonnet went right after Warren, man. Damn. Holy shit. That sucks. That's fucking hit with the killing curse. Yeah. Said sorry if you scroll up a bit, it says Walker or Hubbard. Oh, okay. Let me go back up. Oh, Walker or Hubbard in PPR. Would you take Evans over those in a 14 teamer if you go wide receiver, running back, wide receiver? Um, no, no. 14 teamer, you got to go running back because the depth in at wide receiver, there's a lot of value in the middle rounds. It's not that much there for running back, in my opinion. You got to go running back. Uh, yeah, especially if you're on wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, you have to take a while. You can't triple up on wide receiver in 14 minutes. Unless you're talking about a 13, unless you're talking about a start through wide receivers. If it's a start three, then let me pull up the question here. If it's a start three at wide receiver, then you can consider it. But 14 teamer, every 14 teamer I'm doing this year, I've been trying my best to go wide receiver heavy to start. The only times I haven't is in auctions, and it's a little bit of a weird format. I do 5 rounds auction, and then I do, like, all serpentine after, so it's a little bit of a weird, it's a little bit of a weird format, but, like, a lot of times I've wound up just luck of the draw, I've wound up with more receivers than running backs to start than I had hoped for, but I ended up with elite receivers. But in a serpentine snake, in a 14 man, you gotta prioritize running back early. Said, "Cool, just start wide receiver." Yeah, yeah, 2 start wide receivers fine, and then if you wanna hammer running back right after, that's fine. It's just it gets so shallow at running back. I would even be worried about doubling up at wide receiver early. I would try to go wide receiver, running back in the first 2 in a 14 man. But, if you feel comfortable and you think Henderson will get back to you in the 4th, in a 14 man, I'm fine with that. But yeah, I have some concern that you just get jammed up there, and you don't want that. So it's just I'm gonna pull just show you the full board here now. Scrolling up. Oh shit. Can you not see because my big fucking face is on the screen here? Move myself down. Yeah. So that's how I look at it. But interesting draft so far. Like I said, I got snaked a little bit. Um, yeah, this guy behind me with the Pearsall fucking really killed me, man. I hate his fucking team though. Pickens, Pearsall, Terry. I like Pickens, I like Pearsall, but like I'm not high on Terry. I'm still just not. I'm still not, and I don't love Laporta that high. To be completely honest with you, um, ah, Let me know if you guys can see the board okay. I could probably zoom in just a tick here. Might be a little easier. Um, yeah, Ryan Robinson, way too high. Nick Chubb, way too high too. People get desperate though for running back sometimes, man. All right, let's go back to the questions here. Scott said, with the Parsons trade to Dallas, with Dallas, do you think Dallas will be playing from behind? Dak Pickens will be better. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, Scott. Yeah, I'm loving I love the Dallas pass catchers before this trade, because I thought that defense was gonna be bad and that run game was gonna be bad. This just makes it even juicier. I'm fucking stoked. I'm hoping I can maybe get Dak here, towards the back end here because he goes a little bit later, and I don't think top 5 is out of the question for Dak Prescott this year. I really don't. I like Dak. I like Drake May a lot too. Dak feels safer just because we've seen it more, but Drake May with those legs, man, is gonna be nice, man. Drake May is going to be nice. I'm telling you, I fucking love him. Love taking him this year. Kyle, what's up, man? Kyle said Allen, Irving, Pollard, Worthy, Rice, Pickens, Myers. Those are my 7 keepers going to the draft. I like that. I'd be curious if it's like is there a designation? Do you lose 7 keepers? Fucking lot. Yeah, do you get to keep all 7, or is those the 7 eligible to keep? And is there a round designation where, like, you lose certain capital there? Let me know. Curious. Ryan said, thoughts on Marvin Harrison Jr. as a wide receiver 2? Depends who your wide receiver 1 is. If you have an elite anchor wide receiver 1, I'm okay with Marv being your wide receiver 2. If you're telling me that your wide receiver 1 is like a JSN, or like a T. Higgins or Garrett Wilson, I have some concerns with Marv. Marv is my wide receiver 24. I have Calvin Ridley ahead of him. I have DK Metcalf. I have Terry ahead of him. DJ Moore, Tet, Cortland Sutton, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans. I have all those guys. I genuinely do not like Marv's price tag. Um, I just Marv right here at the high fourth. I don't love his price tag at all, man. I really don't. Drake London, I'm super high on Drake London this year. Drake London is my wide receiver 6. I have him ahead of St. Brown. I have him ahead of BTJ. I have him ahead of Puka. I have him ahead of AJ Brown and Lad and JSN. So I mean, if you get London and then you go wide, you go running back, and then you get Marvin the fourth, I'd be totally fine with that. That would be a totally good. That'd be a great. And if you're telling me you're getting London, in the second, that might mean that you're getting an anchor elite running back in the first. Like I'd be fucking ecstatic with that. I'd be fine if you get Marvin the fourth. Like I'm totally okay with that. Because like that's where it's like Marv has upside to finish much better than where I have him ranked, but it's a little scary too for me, depending on how Kyler does. But if you have an elite wide receiver, like he can kind of pull that up, where if there are some lulls, right, like the elite wide receiver can kind of pull up the points per game, where it's not that big of a discrepancy if he's not hitting like that. Kyle said, it's a 6 keeper and 1 franchise. I am in to drafting until 58 because I made some trades last year. Oh wow, okay, so you have a while to draft. Um, okay. All right, so you have Allen, Pollard. Those are your 2 running backs, and then your receivers are Worthy, Rice, Pickens, Myers. Do not take Jacory Krosky-Merritt then. I wouldn't. I don't know if I would take Swift either. Um, yeah, you got to hit wide receiver here. Worthy and Rice and Pickens and Myers. You're losing Rice for 6 games. You got to hope that. I mean, Worthy's your wide receiver. You got to go. You got to pray you get Ridley. If Ricky Pearsall ends up there, I'd be taking Ricky P, Egbuka. I'd be trying to hit some of those guys for sure. That would be what I'd be looking at. So Pittsburgh's defense, Boswell for my kicker. Boswell's good. Boswell's good. I like taking Boswell. Hoff's the big kicker guy here. He does his kicker rankings and stuff. He's great at it. He was all over Boswell before last season. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean it's good to have some guys and some targets like that. I'll get to the rest of the questions in here in just a second. Let me see what the fuck has happened so far. So ETN, Fonte. Ooh, okay. Scadaboo's there. I like Scadaboo being there. Um, Quarterback still looks good. I don't need to count on Scadaboo. I think he's good. Oh, what the fuck? Did I just time out? No, 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 no. What the fuck? Dude, fuck, fuck. All right, well, Jared Goff it is. God damn, that's fucking terrible. Gotta be kidding me. Fuck. Fuck me, man. All right, well, hopefully Scadaboo's there. That fucking sucks. I would have fucking. I gotta hope maybe Drake May will come back to me and I can get him and Goff and I'll feel better. Because I'm not taking Dak here now. I'll Goff is a safe play, but I'm not taking another quarterback here. Let's just hope that Scadaboo comes to me here. Fuck, man. Fuck. All right, Scadaboo it is. Fucking shit, man. Fucking pissed. All right. Let's see what other questions we got here. Which is more sexy, Jacobs and Hubbard or Henry and Walker? Uh, Sketchy. Henry and Walker would be sketchier, but the upside is fucking way higher with those two. Jacobs and Hubbard is safer, but the upside is still solid. That would be the best way to answer that. Brian said I got Warren at tight end 6 feels high in the high stakes drafts. You know what's up. Yeah. Um, High stakes is a good way to I like to look at the high stakes ADP because yeah, day it's like that's where guys that are putting their money where their mouth is are drafting. And so yeah, I like looking at the ADP there because those are good indicators of what the market's feeling. And maybe where casual drafters are a little behind on in terms of draft position for where they're picking guys. I think it's a good indicator. So I like to use that a lot. Appreciate the questions. Keep them coming. Kyle said, thanks for the feedback. Of course, do me a favor, Kyle. Hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you do so. Ollie Gordon goes pretty high here, but he looks like he's going to be in elite handcuffs. So I am still just cannot get over that I got fucking auto pick Jared Goff. Me getting auto pick Jared Goff is going to be in my head fucking the rest of the night, man. That fucking sucked. Well, all is good if Goff comes if it comes back to me and either one of Dak, Drake May, and JJ McCarthy are back there, I'm okay with it. I don't love drafting 2 quarterbacks. Like I don't like that I have 2 tight ends and I'm gonna be drafting 2 quarterbacks. Like I don't fucking love that. I really don't. But what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Um Why the f oh, this is the thing that's the weird shit, like, why does sleeper ADP have Shedeur Sanders this high? Over Tua? Over Sam Darnold? The fuck is going on? Sleeper's gotta get together, man. This is fucking ridiculous. Sleeper's gotta get together. That's just stupid. I don't get it. Brian said, "Thoughts on Bryce this year?" Just go forward. Thoughts on Bryce this year? I think his last couple games last year were insane. Check out that game log. Yeah, Bryce was good, man. I am Dak Prescott goes off the board there. Of course he does. Fucking Cowboys fan. Um, no, I mean I'm a believer in that offense. I don't know that it's going to translate to wins for Carolina. I don't know that Carolina's going to win a lot of games, but I think the offense is going to be better. I think Bryce is going to take another step forward. I like that offensive line. I am a believer in Dave Canales. So I'm there. I'm high there. I like him. I like that team. I like what they've done. That defense stinks though, and so I think with the defense being bad, I think it's going to bode well for Bryce having to play from behind a lot and should translate to fantasy points. That's why I love Ted. Right, and they also play a really shitty division, really really shitty division. So defensive wise in that division is really bad. So yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. It's kind of now. switching gears to my draft here real quick. Um, I don't even wanna say that quarterback's name again that I just brought up because Dak Prescott goes it's like Voldemort. Like, they say, like, "Don't say Voldemort." Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, the forbidden thing, but, like, and this is what I hate. I'm now in a position fucking because I got Jared Goff, I have Tyler Warren. I'm doubling up on tight ends here with Tyler Warren. So now, if I take another quarterback, which I'm going to, because this guy, I'm not going to say his fucking name, this guy is still on the board, and I have him finishing as a top 12, top 10 quarterback this year. So, fuck, man. But I'm not going to be able to get over that Goff pick, dude. It's going to fucking eat at me. It's really going to eat at me. And it just sucks because the benches are not big in this. I mean, 6 is average, but the benches aren't, like, huge. Uh, so that kinda sucks. Does he get to me? I'm not gonna say the name, but just does he get to me? This guy, does he have one? He does. There's no reason he should. So there's no fucking reason he should take one. Alright, so can I wait on this guy on the right has Baker. I wanna fuck around. Not really. I'll take fuck it. I'll take Drake May. It's fine. I almost wanna drop Jared Goff, as crazy as it sounds, like, fuck, I'm so fucking mad about that. Alright, let me just check here. So I have Cam Scadaboo, and I'll get to your question, Miles and Brian in a second. So I have Hampton, I have Breece, I have Harvey, and I have Scadaboo. So I'm pretty good there. And then, again, three rookies and then a veteran. Wide receiver, Nico, Malik, Olave. So I gotta hit wide receiver here. Yeah, I like Christian Kirk. I'll say it. I also like Tillman, and I like Mario Douglas. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Christian Kirk. If Christian Kirk is healthy, I think he's gonna be really good this year. Christian Kirk is healthy. I think he's going to be good this year. All right, let's see. Brian said, "Any worries on Henry in a PPR format?" No, not really. I think Henry might score fucking. He's gonna score fucking bajillion touchdowns this year, dude. I think he's gonna be fine. They totally fine. Miles said, "Should I trade Puka for A-Chain? Need a running back, full PPR." What's the rest of the roster look like, Miles? In a vacuum, I'm fine because I'm lower on Puka than most people. Um, I had A-Chain like ahead of Genti before the injury. I worry about re-injury risk with A-Chain, but Puka is also a fucking car crash on like every single fucking play. So I can't talk injuries and Puka in the conversation and not bring that up. So I'm fine with it. Yeah, I mean, if you need running backs, totally fine. I always try to see maybe. I mean, if you have a league where you play with FAB, maybe get like $10 thrown onto it too. But if that's a deal breaker, then do the trade straight. If you need the running backs, it's totally fine. I'm fine with it. I like Thornton's value, but I don't know if it's just me. But his route running didn't look that special in preseason. No, it didn't. Talk about Tyquan Thornton, I assume. I mean, it's just a matter of like they have so many fucking injuries over there, man, that I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I do know what they're gonna do, but I think they're gonna continue to control the clock. I think it's gonna be what I've said all offseason. Like everyone's expecting the Chiefs to, be this aired out, like fucking high fireworks, high flying offense. I don't think it's gonna happen. A lot of injuries. Rashi Rice is gone for weeks. Hollywood's been injured. Jalen Royals is injured already. Honestly, nobody's talking really about Travis fucking Kelsey, but like, I mean, he looks like he's in shape. Taylor Swift and him just got engaged. Like, he's looking healthy. Maybe he was trying to get fit for the engagement photos and looking good. And last hurrah. Maybe Kels. I mean, I'm just saying. Just saying. But yeah, Tyquan Thornton's interesting if you're, if you're, if you're in best ball. I don't give a fuck about Thornton in the draft. Probably never started him. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. He's a field. He can stretch the field. So that should help maybe guys like Kelsey in the middle of the field. I said old man Kelsey or Warren, leaning Warren. Yeah, I'm leaning Warren too, just for the upside. But we know Kelsey's going to be consistent and strong. Um, I don't want. I think sometimes we're big braining on Kelsey right now. He didn't have as bad of a year as as we're making it out to be. And Paul, what's up, man? Been a little while. Said I have a 10-team PPR draft in 1 hour. Do we believe in Brees Hall? I've gotten him in a lot of mocks, but wonder if he's still good as a target. Well, you're in luck, Paul, because you're talking to a guy that just drafted Brees Hall today. And yeah, I'm in on Brees Hall. I'm fine with him. I'm not concerned. I think he's going to catch a lot of passes. He averaged 4 yards per carry behind a really really bad offense last year. Offensive line should be better this year. I think Justin Fields might help in the run game more than hurt than what people think, right? I think I'm a little bit worried about Fields. I'm stacking the box on Fields because he can't throw. But I think Brees Hall's gonna be good. I think he's gonna catch a lot of passes this year. I think the drum beat for Braylon Allen has been a little too much. Brian says he's personally off of Hall and taking Allen. I don't mind taking a swing on Allen later if I don't have Hall, but I still like Hall. I still like Hall. Okay, Dante Thornton, got it. I thought you were talking about Tyquan Thornton. I don't know why. I should have realized Dante. Yeah, Dante's a sell. I'm trying to sell him in fucking Dynasty, but nobody wants to send me anything for him for some reason. But I wasn't super impressed with his film too much. Um, yeah, I wasn't impressed with his film too much. Uh, but I don't know, man. I mean, also like sometimes we big brain shit too. Like and they're throwing him the football a ton. So take that for what it's worth. So let me think here. Running back, Trey Benson. I think Rashad White's still going to be involved, man. Or do I take Dylan Sampson? Okay, I'm going to go Trey Benson. I didn't love that pick. I'm not going to lie. I already regret it. Didn't love that pick. Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson are interesting. Trey Benson's on a better offense. I think he's going to be involved. I also just like Rashad White. I think he's super disrespected. I think he's going to have a role. Um, I got to take my man Cedric Tillman here at the end. Love me some Cedric Tillman. Love me some Cedric Tillman. And if I pushed it and took my defense, which I've been taking, so my defensive rankings, I'm a streamer, so I don't like to draft like a stud. I had the Vikings as my number 2 defense, and the Texans are number 4, and they're still on the board here. But they don't have a great start. Commanders have a really good matchup. Cardinals have a good matchup. I'm gonna wait here. I'm just gonna take my guy Tillman. Take Tillman. See what happens on the way back here. Boswell went. I would have went Boswell if he was still there. I would have went. Brees is available for a trade in my dynasty league. Is he worth a shot? I think so. He's still young, still a good player in my opinion. I think there's a chance he also isn't there next year, and he goes to another team. It's very possible. I also think it's very possible that I gift somebody with Jared fucking Goff and drop him, which sounds disgusting to say because Goff has been fucking amazing. Well, he really has. I mean, I don't say that lightly, but I mean, quarterback 6, quarterback 7, quarterback 10. It's like, what are you talking about, Pete? Why the fuck would you drop Goff? I just don't like. I'm rostering 2 tight ends, and now I'm rostering 2 quarterbacks. It's so much limiting on upside here. It's so unconventional. I took Warren and I have Hawkinson because I feel like there could be a world where I could start both guys and be comfortable. Um, two quarterbacks and two tight ends, though. Man, that's so not me. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna be dropping like fucking Warren. Uh, Goff is the easiest guy to drop here. Maybe Benson. We'll see. And Woody Marks is still available. But again, this is shallow benches. Fucking, I hate shallow benches in fantasy. To me, I feel like with shallow benches, like you're just rewarding guys that don't do the research. You know what I mean? Like if you're smart enough, you did the research, and you find deep stash or deep sleepers, like you should be rewarded for knowing that in the draft and taking them. I don't think a guy should be rewarded because he beats you out on the waiver wire and had no fucking idea about a player because the benches are so small and you couldn't roster them. Like I don't know. That's my take on the small benches. I don't know what you guys think. Curious to know what your thoughts are. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know. I like deep benches. I like deep benches. So let's go back to defenses here. I'm gonna stick to my thing, man. I'm gonna stream. It's between Washington or the Cardinals here. Be happy if either falls to me. Um, if you watch my defensive streamers video, Commanders pretty high on my defensive streamers. Let me switch to my week one rankings. Share. So here's my week one rankings. I haven't done anybody except defenses, so the other positions aren't done. I have the Steelers at one, Broncos at two, Vikings at three. Could have taken the Vikings there instead of taking Tillman. Um, but the problem with the Vikings is that they're such a good defense that I would have trouble not starting them weekly, and so now I'm stuck fucking like starting them in and bad matchups. And now I'm already rostering two quarterbacks, two tight ends, and I'm gonna sit here and now fucking either have to roster a second fucking defense on weeks that I don't love the Vikings matchups. Like I can't do that. So I have to be flexible with my DST. So it's between the Cardinals and Commanders. Let's see who comes back to me. I'm probably gonna take the fucking Cardinals. Telling everybody to take the Cardinals all offseason. Texans are a top five defense for me. They're still on the board. See who they play. What's their schedule look like to begin? Yeah, Rams, Tampa Bay. It's not great to start, but then Jacksonville, Tennessee. Then they get Baltimore, and then they get a bye. This is a defense that like you hope is dropped before the bye, and then you pick them up from Seattle. Um, Kicker run. I don't have a kicker. This guy took a defense, so I'll be good to take I'll be good to take a kicker before my defense here. Young Ho Koo. I wish fucking Hoff was here, man. I don't even know what his kicker rankings are. Fuck. Fuck. Who do they play week one? Koo plays Tampa. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a high scoring game. Yeah, I'll take Koo. I'll take Koo. A couple questions here in the oh shit, you guys can't see my screen. Sorry. Um, all right, and then I'm gonna just finish off here with I'll take my Cardinals here because I already know it. All right, let's see. Paul. Paul said, "How would you rank these running backs? Henry, A Chain, Bucky, Chase Brown." Um, I have it Henry, A Chain. Actually, you know what? I might have. Hold on. I'm gonna auto pick here, but I already queued it up. Fuck it. Just for shits and giggles. Let me hit the button. God knows I don't need a fucking get screwed again. That Jared Goff, whoever was here for that, man, that Jared Goff fucking auto pick is gonna drive me nuts fucking all year. It's that fucking Dak, man. Like if I had gotten Dak, I would not have felt the need to get a second quarterback. But with Goff, it's like I like Drake May and I have him really high. I have him ahead of Dak, but with Drake May, it's like there is some risk there. So all right, let me look at this question here though. So for running backs, so I have Henry, I have Chase Brown, I have Bucky, and I have Chain. That's how I have it. So Henry, Bucky. No, I'm sorry. Henry, Brown, Bucky, Achane. That's how I have it. Thanks for asking, Paul. Ted or Evans? Man, I had Tet ahead of Evans, and I flipped it. So right now I have Evans ahead of Tet, but I have Tet pretty high. That's my wide receiver 18. Sports Card Network. Cardinals have the easiest schedule. That's turnovers first 3 or 4 games. Yeah, I mean, Cardinals are a top 5 defense this week in week 1. Um, Zach, what's up? Should I play with 25 to 35 roster spots in Dynasty and best ball and 15 to 20 range? Yeah, that's fair. 35, 25 to 35 in Dynasty is totally fine. The waivers are shit, but it's Dynasty. Like you're stashing guys. That's the whole fucking point of it, right? Like I don't know, like I've seen people that play Dynasty and they have like fucking 10 bench spots, 12. I'm like 10, 12 bench spots. Like just do a fucking keeper league at that point. Like what keeper league with a taxi squad? Like stupid. CCOH said, "How high do you put Green Bay's defense with with Micah, or do you only play matchup?" Um, so I have Green Bay in my yearly rankings already pretty high. So I'll flip over to this screen real quick, and then I'll get back to my draft. My draft's done, but I'll show you guys how the results were. So I have Green Bay here at 7. Um, I have the Chargers pretty high. That schedule is really fucking easy, and I think Jesse Minter is going to be really, really good for them in year 2. I like the schedules, and I just like these defenses in general ahead. It's just hard to move Green Bay higher. I'm probably higher than most people would have Green Bay. Let's take a look at the Fantasy Pros ADP real quick. Um, Fantasy Pros ADP. Let's see where they have Green Bay really quick. So Green Bay Fantasy Pros ADP. Green Bay's 12. Green Bay's 12. I already have them up here at 7. So it's hard for me to go much higher. Cardinals at 10. So I like to play the matchups. If you follow me, you know that's my thing. I like to stream. Streaming's my thing. I don't like to be nailed to a defense. I like to play matchups every week. So that's kind of how I look at it. Where do you rank Josh Jacobs? So Josh Jacobs right now, I have Josh Jacobs as my RB10, behind A-Chain, behind Bucky, behind Chase Brown. Um, I have Bucky ahead of him. Just because I think that defense for the Bucks is so bad that they're going to throw the ball a fucking ton, and Bucky's going to feast on that. Uh, Zach said doing a best ball and DK start from the 4 spot. Gibbs, London, Higgins, Tet, Aguka. Gibbs, London is a fucking crazy combo. London fell to you. DK is crazy, man, with best ball. Best ball. I think truly, and this isn't even disrespectful. Like DK, I think DK and drafters have way softer rooms, way softer rooms than DK and drafters. DK has fucking like DK. I feel like DK is a mixture of just like a lot of degenerates like that like to sports bet because it's a sports betting app that like find their way over to best ball when they're bored and get into it, but they're not the sharpest fucking fantasy players. Like so that's why you get a lot of soft rooms. I mean, Gibbs, and that means you got London at the 4 spot, right? So that means you got London at like the 2, 10, 11, 12, the 209. No fucking way. That's fucking crazy. That's a good start, Zach. It's a really good start. So let's see how my team turned out here. So obviously I got auto picked on Jared Goff, which kind of fucking sucked. Hampton, Brees Hall. So I love that combo. Malik and fucking Nico to start is just fucking disgusting. I mean, holy shit, dude. Oh god, I can't get over. I really can't get over that start. That's a fucking nasty start. It's honestly one of my favorite teams that I drafted so far this year. This might be my favorite team, even though I got Jared Goff. Got fucked there. Um, fuck, man. I mean, Hampton and Brees Hall, totally fine. That running back start, especially with these kinds of wide receivers, you're fine with that. Uh, Harvey, RB3, Scatterboo, RB4, Benson, RB5. A lot of upside, with those guys. Wide receiver wise, I mean, we talked about it, Malik and Nico. Olave in my flex, my wide receiver 3. I'm higher on consensus with Olave. He's in inside my top 30. Um, Christian Kirk, Cedric Tillman. Right, Kirk's my wide receiver 4. I think people are sleeping on Kirk this year. I think he's gonna have it's really just about health with Kirk. And then Cedric Tillman, I'm extremely high on Tillman. I might actually be a little bit nervous on how high I pumped him up this offseason. I'm starting to get a little sketched because I haven't heard, like, glowing reports about him, but we'll see. And then, Drake May and Goff. Obviously, I got auto pick Goff. I'll keep fucking saying it sucks. But then Hawkinson and Warren, I mean, I don't love to go double tight end, but fuck it, man. Like Warren could be really, really interesting this year, and I don't mind. Like you get it sometimes. Like if you know you're in a league that people like to trade, I could probably move Warren or Hawkinson at some point if I need to. So I like this. This is a good start. But yeah, I mean, Brian, if you wanted to do a mock draft, let us know. Send a comment once this closes out, so I remember in the morning because I'm going to get drunk tonight. Once this closes out, drop a comment on the YouTube video if you want to do a mock draft tomorrow. I'll talk to the guys and see if somebody can run one tomorrow. And yeah, we'll get it going. Just drop your sleeper name in there as well, so we can send you an invite. And if you're not in the Discord already, go into the video here at the bottom. You can join the Discord, right? We do have premium services for Patreon, but if you want to join our Discord, you can join it for free. And it's in that Patreon link, right? So you can see the Discord there. So join as a free member on Patreon. You'll also be given a link to our Discord, and you can talk to us there. And so that way you don't miss the mock draft as well tomorrow. And we'll get in there. Scott's in there. Zach Linton's in there as well. These guys are in there, so we appreciate you guys jumping in tonight. Fun draft. Figured I'd stream it for you guys, answer some questions. Good luck with your drafts this weekend, Scott. I mean, Paul. I know you said you have a draft in an hour. Zach, you said you got like 4 drafts coming up, like the next few days. Scott, you have a draft on ESPN tomorrow. I might be drinking, but I'm the brain is still sharp when it comes to fantasy, talking about stuff like that. So, but appreciate you guys dropping in. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Thank you for spending the night with me, and I'll see you guys next time.